Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Furniture manufacturing used to be a mainstay of North Carolina's economy. Today, many of those enormous plants sit idle in communities across the state. Elizabeth Wilder takes us to Spruce Pine in tonight's North Carolina Rising Report, where remanufacturing is breathing new life into an old plant.
After years of sitting empty, an old building atop this mountain in Spruce Pine is open once again for business.
When I originally got out of high school, I came to work at Henry Furniture, and I started right in here in this exact room.
With a few major changes.
Well, this was unusable, holes in the roof, leaks everywhere when we first started, and now we have a new covering on the roof, new lighting, new high-efficiency lighting, and are investing back into the building every day.
In the last 2 years since I've been with the company, I have scrapped a considerable amount of money out of the building. Everything that we've taken out of the building we've been able to recycle. We've been able to put that money back into the infrastructure of the building.
Reuse is the key word here. This 650,000 square foot building is now home to PRC Industries.
It's really refreshing to have something different that's not furniture related, that's not textile related, to come in, and there's just a sense of wonder of what could be.
PRC stands for Product Recycling Center. The New York-based company specializes in remanufacturing, research, and recycling of small household appliances and their packaging.
Almost all these goods are made overseas in Korea or in China.
This is where some of the items we return end up. Some need fixing. Most the company finds are just the byproduct of buyer's remorse.
China doesn't really allow a lot of this stuff to be exported back out to them. So in a lot of cases, U.S. manufacturers really don't have a lot of options to deal with it unless it's dealt with locally.
Appliances are all tested here at the plant. If they're okay, they can be cleaned up and resold. Defective goods are broken down for parts, while manufacturers use the information to improve their products.
I actually test the coffee pots, and we send them down the line for like remanufacturing, display and demo units, and we actually save some of the parts for warranty issues. So if someone has a coffee pot and it's damaged, then they can get replacement parts through our company.
The whole process requires a lot of room, mostly for merchandise storage. While Mitchell County may seem remote to some, the amount of affordable space and the state's central location nationally lured the company here more than 4 years ago.
North Carolina has to continue to leverage the fact that it is relatively centrally located. There's a growing population in North Carolina, and I think there's a good availability of trained labor in manufacturing in the area.
There's plenty of room to expand, including another 600 square foot building on the 100-acre complex. And there's not a shortage of displaced workers looking for work.
I'm glad to be back. I like the company. I like who I work for.
How hard is it to find a job around here?
It is extremely hard. It's very, very hard. The economy has just dropped, buckets just dropped out of the economy here. So you get a job around here, you better stick to it.
Our biggest challenge now outside of the general economy is it's been harder and harder to look at that industrial base as an economy for the community or the counties we work with.
Right now, 70 employees work at the Spruce Pine facility. The average wage is around $9 an hour.
The fact of the matter is that a lot of this comes down to technical know-how, and a lot of our employees have come out of all the other industries that used to be there. So if someone knew how to put together auto parts or furniture, or worked in a textile plant, or was maybe even a mechanic, we can convert those skills into being very usable for our industry.
The company says 5 to 7% of all merchandise sold is returned, adding business is growing as they land more contracts and help companies deal with their waste.
I see this in our global economy as being something sustainable
Seeing workers break down products is like watching someone unwrap a present, then take it apart piece by piece. They currently handle about 10,000 units a week.
So there's a lot of opportunity as regulations change, as retailers put more pressure on manufacturers, and as manufacturers come up with their own green initiatives to attempt to have less of an impact on the environment.
And less cost at landfills. Careful sorting allows the company to collect and then sell parts to someone else. Even the styrofoam packaging can be reused. Watch what happens to the snowy-looking substance as it's sliced and melted into blocks that will be resold to make picture frames. Plastic is chipped and chopped into manageable-sized portions for some type of reuse.
PRC Industries, they are what we call the retrofit industry that is becoming kind of big time in North Carolina, because what it does is bring product back to the original place that it emanated from to be repaired, redone, or even often remade.
Zambelli is optimistic too, predicting business will triple this year at the North Carolina plant as more businesses find out about its services. So if there's an upside to taking back that product you're not thrilled with, perhaps it goes along with Zambelli's way of thinking about problem merchandise.
It's great to be able to do remanufacturing and bring kind of a new industry to light. One of the things we've talked about is, remanufacturing is very heavily based in the U.S., and we kind of call it remanufactured in the U.S.
PRC Industries has also bought a plant in Old Fort in McDowell County. The plan is to renovate it when they need additional space.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.